Hello people, and how's it going? If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Amber Stewart. I'm the owner of the Stew Project, and that's where I help people maximize their living potential by simply taking emphasis on wellness. More specifically, I work with people who deal with chronic stress, anxiety, or depression, and I help them get past the mental blocks or lifestyle habits that are holding them back so they can live the life of their dreams in a body that they love. Now, on to that, because I know it is towards the end of the year. If you're watching this recording anytime in the future, this is December 26th, and I know that time, like after Christmas, close to New Year's, so it's still that holiday season where you're just indulging, being cozy, snuggling around the house, eating all your comfort foods and stuff, and just like enjoying yourself. And so I know it's getting close to that time to where people are like, okay, I gotta get my shit together. So I just wanted to give a quick little list of tips for individuals who are looking to lose weight and get in shape. And more specifically, this list can go for anybody, but this is more specific for people who have chronic conditions, because that's typically who I work with, people who have mental health issues and chronic conditions. So if you want to lose weight, one of the first things you need to tackle is your stress management and mindset, because one, stress management is so important simply because your level of stress directly correlates with your body's inflammation response. So if you have a problem with inflammation, you definitely need to learn how to control your stress levels, because your stress raises your cortisol, and your cortisol signals a pro-inflammatory response. And if you don't manage your stress, sure, you can eat better, eat healthier, you can exercise, but if you're not managing your stress, then your body is still going to be on high alert all the time, and your inflammation is going to be high. Now, to go along with that, a lot of people who have high stress have mindset issues, thinking that they must do this, they must do that, and they may have difficulty handling the pressures of life or responsibilities. And sometimes these pressures that they put on themselves aren't even things that they should really stress about. So just simple mindset shifts about things, like simple things like traffic, your expectations on what's to come, worrying about things that you don't need to worry about, worrying about things just in case something bad happens. Like, these are things that cause us unnecessary stress, that makes us deter from our wellness goals. Because a lot of people, they start their wellness goals when they feel good, when they feel motivated, but when stress gets to them and they feel like, oh, life is getting hard, I can't keep doing the things that was helping me manage my stress. And so their lifestyle habits go back into their old habits that made them have the chronic issues, or have the health issues, or have the high stress and anxiety to begin with. And so it's just like a cycle. And then the fact that they even failed at their goals, not even failed, but they even just like fail to be consistent in their goals, make them feel even worse. And so that can bring more feelings of stress and disappointment, and it's just a lot worse. So that is the first thing on the list: stress and mindset. Now, the second most important thing that you need to tackle if you're trying to lose weight with your chronic conditions is, of course, your nutrition. Now, your nutrition is very important, because the way you feed your body, the foods that you eat, it determines how your body reacts. And so if you're constantly feeding your body processed foods, high fats, high salt, high sugar things. And I know in a couple of my previous videos I was talking about how I had to get on to a client who was not drinking water and would always use the excuse like, oh, I'm drinking tea, but the tea kept saying it was like main ingredients water and sugar. So you're just drinking sugar water, and you can tell if you are being hydrated enough, because like you can look at your eyes. I know I had a client, her eyes would be bloodshot, and not because she wasn't getting enough sleep, because she was getting enough sleep and she was exercising, but it was because her body wasn't detoxing correctly, and she needed to drink more water. So on top of that, now I know I'm talking a lot about water, but just understanding your nutritional imbalances. And the main way you can make sure that you are eating the right things that you're supposed to do is to look at your plate and make sure that it has a lot of different colors. And not only that, not only focus on but eating a lot of different colors on your plate, but making sure it's a variety of foods. Are you eating your green leafy vegetables? Are you eating your cruciferous plants, which is your broccoli or your cauliflower? Are you trying chickpeas? Are you trying quinoa, things other than rice, couscous? Now be careful, because I know couscous, it's a wheat, and some people have gluten intolerance. Technically you're not really supposed to be eating a lot of gluten, but I've been getting really good. I've been loving couscous more so than rice. And even when I eat rice, it's either brown rice or jasmine rice. And if you've taken my 21-day total body reset and my diets don't work course, it also helps you get into alignment of the foods that you're supposed to eat, that you're not supposed to eat. And also onto that, I will be starting a group coaching cleanse 21-day reset on January 25th. So if you want to sign up for that, there are links in the description box for more info. But back to nutrition. When it comes to nutrition, not only you need to make sure you have variety of foods on your plate, because honestly, when you're eating right, your energy increases, your mental resiliency, you have more clarity, ideas come to you quicker, and you just feel overall better. Like seriously, overall better. And then when it comes time for you to exercise, you see your results a lot faster and a lot easier, because your body has all the nutrients that it needs, and so it can react properly, because it is, one, it's not stressed out and focusing on other things with the stress. So if you get your stress management and you're eating right, when it comes down to exercise, everything else will fall into place a lot quicker. But I'm not getting into that yet. Back to the nutrition part. Another thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is taking care of your gut microbiome, or your gut health, gut bacteria, or just your bacteria in altogether, because you have bacteria in your mouth, you have bacteria in your stomach and in your gut as well. And so if you aren't eating fermented foods like yogurt, cottage cheese, even when you're eating sushi, eat the little fermented ginger, kimchi, I think that's what it is. Even pickles, some don't, not the vinegar and the salty pickles, but some pickles are pickled by fermentation. Those are the healthier ones, because I know somebody tried to I know I put a post on my Instagram account talking about eating healthy, and I was eating carrots, and I was fantasizing about eating Funyuns, and somebody was like, what are you, in preschool? Like, you should just eat pickles. I was like, bro, why would you suggest pickles instead of chips? Because pickles have way more sodium than potato chips, and even if you have high blood pressure, you should stay away from them, just because it's still high. So you're just sucking on salt. Like, if you want to have vinegar, you can create your own salad dressing with vinegar and olive oil and your own spices, because some of these salad dressings, they don't have a healthy oil. They have a pro-inflammatory oil. The oil that you're looking for is but if you do not know your gut microbiome, correct can is directly connected to your brain via your vagus nerve, and they send signals up and down from your gut microbiome. So your gut is like your second brain, and so if it gets over consumed with bad bacteria, that can go up to your brain and cause neuroinflammation, which can trigger anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, dementia, Alzheimer's. Like, it can get bad. This is why your gut microbiome is so important. And I already touched on balance as well. So making sure you have all the different variety colors, variety of textures, and variety of foods. And if you know that certain foods don't sit well with your stomach, don't eat it, because everybody has different allergies, and some foods that are healthy can also give some people allergic reactions. And I'm not saying allergic reaction as in hives, I'm talking like allergic reaction as in upset stomachs, digestive issues, diarrhea, constipation. Allergies can show up in people differently than what we commonly know, than like swelling and stuff. So just keep that in mind. If your body is telling you to stay away from certain foods, by all means, don't force yourself to eat it. But also, this is why supplementation is important, because if you know you're a very picky eater and you know that you're not getting the right nutrients that you need, supplementation with high quality supplements. And you have to look at the labels, make sure they have the good manufacturing business seals, and make sure that they are the supplements are tested by a secondary party instead of just in-house, because a lot of supplements, they're not regulated by the FDA, so you have to make sure that they are properly tested, because there's a lot of supplements out there that put fillers and a lot of bad stuff into their supplements and not really put what's supposed to be in there. So you just have to keep that in mind. And I have a blog that talks about this, and the link is in the description box for more information about proper nutrition labels and what to look for. I also sell supplements through my supplement shop. So if you need help, you can always contact me, and this is free, by the way. You can always contact me and let me know what type of health issues you're going through, and I can give you supplementation recommendations. It's totally free, but if you want coaching, you can let me know, and I can give you discounts for those supplements. So it's just whatever you want. And then in my all-inclusive coaching programs, I give you 6 months worth of supplements as well included in those programs, because it's all inclusive. But the last thing that is necessary for you to reach your wellness, weight loss goals, if you suffer from chronic conditions, is you need to have your priorities, your boundaries, and your schedule set. And this is why in my all-inclusive coaching programs, even in the freebie section of my website, it has a link for your panda planning, because like I said before, in the very first thing on the list, if you do not manage your stress, then it's going to be hard for you to stay consistent in your health habits. And the main way you stay consistent in your health habits is for you to keep your priorities in check, for you to have your boundaries set, and for you to have your schedule set. And so going back to my panda planning checklist, the panda planning checklist is essentially the 5 things that are necessary for you to stay on your path. So here are the 5 things needed in your panda planning checklist. Those are the 5 things necessary for you to stay on top of your list, because so often is when you're changing your lifestyle habits, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that I need to stay on top of. It's my nutrition, it's my exercise, it's my mindset, and you can get overwhelmed, and it can be so easy to go back to your old habits, and to when life sees that you're changing, your old self is going to try to battle your new self because it wants to protect you. And some of your habits are created just simply as a way of protecting you when you were in survival mode or your high stress mode, and you're trying to get out of that high stress survival mode. So it's going to be kind of hard shifting into it. And so my panda planning checklist will help you do that. Now, when it comes to setting boundaries and having your affirmations, this is where my FABS foundation comes in. And so FABS foundation are just 4 things necessary for you to stay consistent and to make it easier to shift into that new person, and to shift your subconscious so you can stay consistent a lot easier. If you want to understand how all this works out, feel free to watch my Maximize Your Living Potential masterclass, because I go into detail about my FABS Foundation and my Panda Planning Checklist in that masterclass. And I know I touch on it in my Stress Alchemy masterclass as well. So feel free to watch both of those masterclasses, because both of them are very helpful. I know the Stress Alchemy masterclass talks about using it to overcome stress. So feel free to check those out. And there are discounts for my courses as well. Now, it's come up in the new year, so be sure to watch those now, because the prices are going to change. So that's just making me think of something else that I need to edit before the year ends. So anywho, let me just wrap this up, because now I feel like I got more stuff to do. And I hope this helps. Just a quick recap: the 3 things necessary for you to successfully see your weight loss goals, if you have chronic conditions, is to 1, manage your stress, 2, get your nutrition in order, and 3 is for you to set boundaries and have your schedule and priorities set. So if you have all 3 of these things in place, then it will be so much easier for you to heal your body, mind, and spirit, and see your weight loss goals. I hope this helps, and I'll see you later.